Welcome to part 3 of Let's Play Robot Commando by Steve Jackson. At the end of the last part, I was on paragraph 144. Here we go. You are in the City of Storms. This beautiful metropolis is on the seacoast and is often the site of spectacular thunderstorms. Where would you like to go? The Weather Bureau, turn to 260. The coast, turn to 335. Or another city, turn to 43. Okay, we're going to go to the Weather Bureau and turn to 260. Flying over the Weather Bureau are the two red flags that you know mean storm warning. Parked outside the building, you see another robot, a walker robot. Designed primarily for travel, this robot has 4 jointed legs that carry it swiftly over any terrain. Walker robot, armor 6, speed fast, combat bonus, I think that reads -1, and special abilities none. If you like, you may exchange this robot for your own. If you come back to this spot after exchanging, your own robot may still be here. Make a note that this is where you are leaving it. If you go inside the Weather Bureau, turn to 163. If you go on past, turn to 144. Okay. I'm not going to exchange my robot for this one. And there it is. So I'm going to go inside the Weather Bureau now and turn to 163. Here we are. In the Weather Bureau, you find banks of humming instruments. You also find a printout that explains the flags you saw outside. Apparently a huge storm is due to hit Thalos in a few hours. It will come ashore at the City of Worship and die away as it rolls over the rest of the land. If you possess a flask of potion, turn to 213. If not, turn to 144. Okay, let's see if we have this potion. Yep, here's the blue potion that I have. Good. Although it just says a flask of potion. It doesn't say that it's blue, but that's the only one I have. It doesn't say it has to be blue or can't be blue or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, let's turn to 213 because I have a flask of potion. You realise that this may be just the chance for which you have been looking. If you released your potion into the heart of the storm, it would soon be distributed all over Thalos. But to do this, you will require a flying robot, and you will have to get to the City of Worship. Return to 144. Okay, so I'm going to write in the information. I need to distribute the blue potion with a flying robot at the City of Worship. There we go. I think City of Worship should be capitalized because it is a proper noun. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Alright. Okay, so return to 144. So we're going back to 144. Okay, so I'm not reading that paragraph again. Okay, now what we're going to do is go to another city, which is paragraph 43. Here we go. You are leaving the City of Storms. Where would you like to go? The City of Knowledge, turn to 361. The City of Worship, turn to 166. The City of the Guardians, turn to 1XX. Note that you cannot visit the City of the Guardians until you know the numbers to use in place of XX. Okay, so we are going to go to the City of... yeah, we're going to go to the City of the Guardians because we do know what paragraph number it is. Okay, so in the information it says we need another manager. Well, not that. City of the Guardians is 22 or XX. Okay, so the XX is actually 22, so 122 is where the City of the Guardians is. So let's turn there now. 122. Your radio suddenly crackles to life with a mechanical voice. You are approaching the City of the Guardians. Please give your authorization. If you have read a military volume on the City of the Guardians, turn to the map reference you were given there. If you have not read this volume, turn to 218. Okay, so we did, or rather we did get a map reference, and this map reference was 22 again, so we're going to use 22, but this time not with 1 in front of it. We're just going to turn to paragraph 22. So paragraph 22, here we come. Okay, you use the code words you found with the map reference. Acceptable, crackles the voice of the Guardian computer. Entering at clearance level 0. Turn to 175. 175. Here we come. Okay, here we go. The computer guides you to the main building of the City of the Guardians. You get out of your robot to investigate. Unfortunately, you soon learn that level 0 means your security clearance is very low. The Guardian computer cannot or will not give you full access to the secrets of the base. However, it does seem willing to let you exchange your current robot for a high-powered war robot. If you do so, make a note of the fact that your old robot remains here. Will you select a slow, powerful tank robot, 10 to 247, or a speedy, shape-changing humanoid plane robot, 10 to 167? If you prefer to keep your current robot, 10 to 376. Okay, just quickly, what is my current robot? A Myrmidon. Okay, right. Yeah, that answers that. Okay, so we're going to choose a slow, powerful tank robot and turn to 247. So 247, here we come. Oh, there it was. Okay, and there it is. You have chosen a powerful robo-tank. This fearsome war machine looks like a human from the waist up. From the waist down, it is a huge tank with terrible twin guns. It is one of the few battle line machines your land possesses. Battle line machines. Your land possesses Robotank, armor 18, speed slow, combat bonus +2, that was a negative then, and special abilities. The Robotank contains a special sonic gun in one hand. It cannot be used by any other robot. It may be fired once per combat turn, in addition to the Robotank's regular attack. However, it may be used only 3 times in all, then it is useless. When fired, the sonic gun is instantly deadly to unprotected humans. Against a robot, roll 1 die to see how many armor points the target loses. Against a dinosaur, roll 2 dice to see how many armor points the target loses. There are 3 of these robots here. You may take 1 and leave, turn to 376, or if you prefer, you may turn to 167 to take a faster robot. Okay, so we're going to take this robo tank. I'll just write down, or rather type down what I'm doing. So let's erase this malarkey here. So, or rather type over it. So robo tank. Armor is, don't need that anymore, do I? So armor is 18. Isn't a separate one. Speed is slow. So let's type in slow. And put that back there. So combat bonus is +2. And special abilities is we have a sonic gun, which has 3 uses. So sonic gun, which has 3 uses. I'll just put a 3 in parentheses here so I can make a note of how many I have left or whatever. 3 uses. Okay, kills humans instantly from a robot. Roll 1 die and subtract the die rolls armor from it. From a dinosaur, Roll 2 dice and subtract the dice rolls. Whoops. Dice rolls apostrophe at the end. Armor from it. I know what that means. It's difficult to explain. Anyway, new line. No, not new line. Okay, good. So, yeah, we're going to leave and turn to 376. You are leaving the City of the Guardians. If you decide to go to the City of Storms, turn to 144. If you decide to go to the City of Industry, turn to 265. Okay, we're going to go to the City of Industry and turn to 265. You are in the City of Industry. Normally it is busy and bustling, but now you see no life anywhere. Everyone is asleep, everyone but you. Where will you go in your quest for useful artifacts? The fuel refining plant, turn to 105. The robot experimental center, turn to 25. The tunnels underneath the city, turn to 127. Just explore, turn to 34. Or leave the city and turn to 309. Okay, we're going to leave the city and turn to 309. You are leaving the City of Industry. Where will you go now? The City of Knowledge, turn to 361. The City of Pleasure, turn to 165. The City of the Jungle, turn to 38. Or the City of the Guardians, turn to 1XX or 122. Note that you may not go to the City of the Guardians unless you have learned the way and know the numbers to substitute for the XX. Okay, we're going to go to the City of the Jungle and turn to 38. If you are travelling on the ground, turn to 137. If you are flying, turn to 313. Okay, we're travelling on the ground because we're in a robo tank, so we're going to turn to 137. You are in the City of the Jungle. If you have been to this city before, turn to 349 immediately. If this is your first visit, no matter how many places you have already been in the city, keep reading. This is a relatively small city, a home for explorers. Gatherers of valuable plants, and lovers of the wilderness. Wild dinosaurs often walk the very streets of the City of the Jungle. What will you do here? Explore the city, turn to 366. Explore the Explore the city, turn to 366. Explore the jungle, turn to 170. Or leave the city, turn to 298. We're going to explore the jungle and therefore turn to, what's that on there? Oh, just pencil. Yeah, we're going to explore the jungle and therefore we're going to turn to 170. Here we go. How are you equipped for this trip? A flying robot, turn to 285. A non-flying robot, turn to 356. Or no robot at all, turn to 64. Okay, we have a non-flying robot because we're in a robo tank. So we're going to turn to 356. Okay, here we are. You set off into the jungle along a path wide enough for a robot or a dinosaur. Soon the path forks. If you go right, turn to 19. If you go left, turn to 73. Okay, we're going to go left. And therefore turn to 73. Sorry, 73. I was about to read off the right way. Anyway, almost immediately the path forks again. To the left, a large sign reads "Danger, Man Trap." There is no sign by the right path. If you go left, turn to 128. If you go right, turn to 188. Okay, now if you remember, we need a man trap flower or more essence. So we need to go left towards the man trap. So 188. Here we come. No, sorry, I can't read. Thank goodness I read that again. If you go left, turn to 128, right? Yeah, because I said right path. I skipped if you go left. So It's if you go left and 128. So 128, here we come, which is 2 to the power of 7. Anyway, 128. Soon you arrive at a large clearing. In the middle of the clearing is a huge plant with many spiky leaves. In the center of the plant, barely within reach, is a stalk bearing several huge red and yellow blossoms. What will you do? Examine the plant more carefully, turn to 292. Pick a flower, turn to 373, or circle around the plant and continue, turn to 33. Okay, we're going to pick a flower, of course, because we need one. So we're going to turn to 373. Here we are. You stretch a robot arm to its fullest extension and pluck one of the flowers. The plant shudders. If you possess a blue potion, turn to 211. Otherwise, turn to 248. Okay, we do possess a blue potion, so therefore we're going to turn to 211. Is 211 a prime number? I have to find out, sorry. Get my calculator. Luckily on this calculator there's a way of doing it with a button. Yes, it is. It's a prime number. That's interesting. Good. I'm glad you could share that with me. Anyway, 211. Okay. Yeah, so we have a flower. So I'll just write down that we have a flower. Flower. Well, man trap flower, I should say, shouldn't I? Man trap flower. There we go. Lovely. Okay. You quickly pass the flower in through a port. You unstopper your flask of potion and drop the flower in. The potion changes colour to lavender, but as you put the lavender potion safely away, you hear a scratching noise from outside. Turn to 248. The spiky leaves reach towards you, and the flower stalk pulls back to show a fanged mouth. The plant is hungry. Man trap plant. Armor 8, speed C below, skill 9. Since the man trap plant has caught hold of you before the battle starts, differences in speed do not matter. You cannot escape. If you defeat the man trap plant, turn to 97. If it reduces your armor to 0, turn to 141. Okay, I can't remember how to. I'll just write this paragraph down because I just need to remind myself of how to do battle. I seem to have forgotten. My apologies. I'll just write down the statistics. This is our first battle. Okay, so man trap flower. Whoops. It's a flower. Armor 8, skill 9. Armor. Armor 8, skill 9. Okay, I probably should have put it the other way around. Never mind. Okay, skill 9 doesn't matter, does it? Speed NA. Oakley dokley. Right, okay, so 248. How do we do battle? That's individual combat. Robot combat. Roll both dice once for the foe and its skill score, and one to the foe, and one if the foe is faster than your robot, so that doesn't make any difference. This total is the foe's attack strength. Roll both dice. Add any combat bonus that was listed for the robot you are piloting, and one. Okay. Okay, so just keep on going to 0. Okay. Okay, so the only difference is speed, which I don't need to worry about the speed because it just said, it doesn't matter because it's already grabbed a hold of me anyway. So I just get the 2 combat bonus. So yeah. Okay, let's do this. I should be able to do this. Right. Okay, so its thing is 8. What's my armor again? 18. What's my skill? Skill is 10. Okay. Right, okay. Sorry, this is new to me. Okay, so its skill is 9, so it's 9. It's not faster, so it's 9 because the fast thing is irrelevant, isn't it? So I'll go back to 248 now. I wrote it, I typed it down, but I don't need it. But I'm glad I did, just in case. I hate it when I lose the paragraph. Anyway, speed, see below. Differences in speed do not matter. Okay, very well. Okay, so, yeah, 9 plus roll 2 dice. Yeah. 9 plus 7 is 16. And so it's 16. I get 10 plus 2 is 12 plus 2 combat bonus is 14. So 16 to 14. That means it's hurt me. So 16 to 14. That means it's hurt me. How much armor do I take off again? Sorry, I just need to check. 2 points. Yeah, 2 points. Okay. Okay. So it's just the same as normal, but so I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Sorry if this is a bit of a bore, but I really want to make sure I do this right because this could be the only battle of the book. I can't remember if there's another one. At least it's the first battle. Anyway, so yeah, back to the thing. Anyway, so oh yeah, I have to take off my stamina, don't I? No, for my armor. Sorry, armor is 16. Okay, another one. Why do I keep doing that? Okay, so 9 plus 8 is 17. I get 18 plus the 2 combat bonus is 20. So 9 plus 8, 17 to 20. Whoops. Okay, puts it down by 2, so 6. Okay, next. 9 plus 7 is 16. I get 18. So 16 to 18. Puts them down to 4. 9 plus 4 is 13. I get 19. So 13 to 19. Puts it down to 2, or him down to 2, whatever. Okay, theoretically the last one, famous last words. 9 plus, there we go. 9 plus 10 is 19. I get, oh no, I actually beat that. I get 24, so 19 to 24 because of the plus 2 combat bonus, so 19 to 24. So nearly famous last words, but not quite. Okay, good. Right, just remove the buzzing if there is any, I can't remember. Okay, that's the end of that. I've defeated the man trap plant. It didn't reduce my armor to 0. Okay, so now we're turning to 97. Yep, I defeated the man trap plant. 97. Here we go. Now, the battle is over. You have torn the man-trap plant into 1,000 pieces. Nothing remains of the vicious vegetable except a damper spot on the marshy ground. Turn to 237. You continue through the jungle. It is hard going. Hidden pits and logs take their toll on your robot. Reduce its armor by 2. If this reduces its armor to 0 or less, leave its armor at 1. Okay, so reduce my armor by 2. Let's do that now. Which one? Okay, it puts it down to 14. There we go. Eventually, the city comes into view. You are relieved, but as you enter it, you twice see flying Corrosian robots patrolling overhead. Each time you hold your own robot motionless, and they overlook you, but you realise that the city is no longer safe. There are Corrosians everywhere. If you came to this city in another robot and you would like to switch back to it, turn to 45. If you stay in your current robot to leave the city, turn to 298. Okay, so we're going to stay in our current robot and leave the city and turn to 298. Here we go. You are leaving the city of the jungle. Where will you go? the City of Industry, turned to 265, the City of Knowledge, turned to 361, the City of Pleasure, turned to 165, or the Capital City, turned to 308. Okay, we're going to go to the City of Industry again and turn to 265. You are in the City of Industry. Normally it is busy and bustling, but now you see no life anywhere. Everyone, oh yeah, I've read this, haven't I? Everyone is asleep, everyone but you. Where will you go in your quest for useful artifacts? Okay, fuel refining plant, robot experimental center, the tunnels under the city, explore or leave the city. We're going to go and leave the city and turn to 309. Okay, you're now leaving. You are leaving the City of Industry. Where will you go now? The City of Knowledge, 361. City of Pleasure, 165. City of the Jungle, 10 to 38. Or the City of the Guardians, 122. Okay, we're going to go to the City of the Guardians again and turn to 122. Okay, your radio suddenly crackles to life with a mechanical voice. You are approaching the city. Okay, it's that paragraph again. So it's either turn to 218 or the map reference again, which is 22. So that's 10 to 22. There we go. Okay, acceptable. Yeah, blah blah blah. We've read that before. 175. No, I don't want to read paragraphs again if I can help it. Okay, yeah, we're at level 0, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, so now what we're going to do is we're now going to choose a speedy, shape-changing humanoid plane robot and turn to 167. So that's 10 to 167, which is just back here. Okay, you have chosen a versatile but powerful humanoid robot, a Trooper 11. This is the standard Thalian combat robot. It has two forms. It can shape itself into a giant metal warrior or into a sleek combat plane. Trooper 11, human form, armor 12, speed medium, combat bonus +2. Plane form, armor 10, speed very fast, combat bonus +2. Special abilities. In human form, the Trooper 11 carries a gun in one hand and a shield in the other. On an attack strength roll of 18 or better, even if the enemy hits it, the robot gets the shield in the way and takes no damage. In plane form, the robot has no special combat abilities. It takes one combat turn to change forms. During that turn, the robot makes its normal combat roll, but if it wins, it does no damage to the foe. It just defends itself. The shield does not protect it on this turn. You may take one of these robots if you like. There are many here. If you take one and leave, turn to 376, or if you would prefer a tank robot instead, turn to 247. Okay, yeah, we're going to take this. So we have a Trooper 11 now. So we type all this down to 12. So a Trooper 11. Trooper 11. Armor is 12. Well, I'll just say armor human form. That's 12, isn't it? So let's put 12. And then armor plane form. That was 10, wasn't it? Speed human form was medium. Speed plane form, plane 0. Very fast. Combat bonus is still +2. So what was the special ability again? Okay, has a shield. So yeah, if I get a yeah, so if I roll no, if my attack strength is 18 or higher, even if I lose the attack round, whoops, I take no damage. Okay, that's quite good, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, we're taking this robot, and we're going to change into flying mode. So I'll just say we're currently in flying mode. Yeah, one combat turn to change forms. Anyway, so I'm now in flying mode. So I'll just say in plane form. I'll just say that's one I've been using before. Okay, good. Anyway, so we're turning to 376. You are leaving the City of the Guardians. If you decide to go to the City of Storms, turn to 144. If you decide to go to the City of Industry, turn to 265. Okay, so we're going to go to the City of Storms and turn to 144. I'm nearly at the end, so I'll finish the book in this video. Yeah, we're in the City of Storms. We've already been through this, so we're going to go to another city and turn to 43 now. We've already read that paragraph. So 43, leaving the City of Storms. We've already read this one. Where are we going? We're now going to the City of Worship, turn to 166. There we go. Okay, we're in the City of Worship again. Have I been in this one before? I can't remember, just a sec. Okay, I'm going to read. I don't think I have been here before. I'm going to read the paragraph. You are in the City of Worship. If you have been to the city before, turn to 67 immediately. I haven't been here before. If this is your first visit to the city, regardless of how many parts of the city you have been to on this visit, then regardless of to how many parts of the city you have been on this visit, then keep reading. The whole of this metropolis is devoted to shrines, temples, churches, cemeteries, and the like. It is always a quiet place, but you have never before seen it this quiet. Only the call of a seabird breaks the stillness. An uneasy thought occurs to you. If you are the only Thalian awake, then the attention of all the powers must be focused on you personally. Your visit to the city of worship might be rather interesting. What would you like to do? Visit one of the temples, turn to 49. Fly over the city if you have a flying robot, turn to 227. Or go to another city, turn to 244. Okay, we're going to fly over the city because we have a flying robot and we're in flying form. So turn to 227. Whoops, there it is. A violent storm is coming from over the ocean. It will strike land in minutes. If you fly into the storm, turn to 12. If you fly inland, if you fly inland, away from the storm and the city, turn to 244. Okay, we're going to fly into the storm and turn to 12 because we want to drop that potion, don't we? Okay, you are now flying above the city. The storm is incredibly violent. You cannot control your flyer. Roll 2 dice. If the result is less than or equal to your skill, turn to 316. If the result is more than your skill, turn to 379. Okay, our skill is 10, isn't it? So we're going to test our skill. So we want this dice roll to be 10 or less. And I get 6. Good, I was successful. Therefore, I'm going to turn to 316. Oh, it says that anyway, less than equal to your skill. So turn to 316, that means I was successful. That's why it's good to have lots of skill points. I do remember though, if you fail, you just lose some armor or something, and then you need to have another go really, either until you succeed or are dead, or your robot's dead or whatever, or you don't have it anymore because then you can't fly. Anyway, you regain control of your flyer, though the buffeting is terrible. Lose 1 stamina point. First time that's happened. Right. If you have a flask of liquid in your possession, count the letters in both words of its name. Multiply that number by 10 and turn to that reference. If you have no flask, turn to 166. Okay, we have a blue potion. So its name is blue potion. Number of letters in its name, which is 10. So in both words of its name, yeah, which is 10. Multiply the number by 10. So 10 times 10 is 100. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm being very stupid. It's not a blue potion anymore. It's a lavender. Oh dear, oh dear. That was close. Thank goodness I remembered that. I forgot to write down. We now have a lavender potion, so I should say turned. Forgot to note this down. Turned into lavender potion. Yeah, we don't have a blue potion anymore. Duh. Anyway, lavender potion. Right, how many letters in this one? That was close. Sorry about that. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I just remembered that from the last time I did this book. It's not blue potion, it's lavender potion. Anyway, lavender potion. So 3, 6, 8 letters. 8 plus 6 in the potion is 14. So that's 14 by 10, which is 140. So we're going to turn to 100, or rather paragraph 140. That was too close for comfort. Anyway, when your instruments tell you that you have penetrated to the heart of the storm, you take the precious flask of lavender potion and unstopper it. Quickly, you pour it through the ejection lock. It diffuses in the air around you. You smile. You smile. You know the storm will quickly carry it to every part of Thalos. When you land, the people of the city of worship are already awake. No corrosions are in sight. Your radio picks up scraps of chatter. Everywhere your people are reviving and driving off the Corrosion invaders. You have saved your people, and your adventure is over. You are a hero. Okay, that's an interesting end because it's not on paragraph 400. But yeah, that's the end of this book. Um, um, I will say this book is very similar in terms of its themes, like you're exploring a planet on your own, to another series of books that of which I've read a lot is a series of books called the original Choose Your Own Adventure books. They're not game books; they're just Choose Your Own Adventure, and one of them is called the Antimatter Formula, and in it you go to another world or something, or where everyone's gone to. But before you do that, where one of the endings is, oh, the world is your oyster, and you're the only person left on Earth. And it just reminds me of the themes in this book. You're the only one awake. You're the only one that can do anything, and it's also futuristic. Um, my favourite Choose Your Own Adventure book is The Search for Aladdin's Lamp. It's a wonderful adventure and a wonderful book. I really enjoyed that when I was a child. One of the few that I own. I don't own that many Choose Your Own Adventures, but I do own all the ones I liked when I was little. Antimatter Formula, You Are Microscopic, and The Search for Aladdin's Lamp. And Antimatter Universe, that's another good one as well. Anyway, but yeah, the Search for Aladdin's Lamp, I highly recommend that book as Choose Your Own Adventure. It's just wonderful. Anyway, yes, that's the end of. Yes, that's the end of Robot Commando. Only took me 3 videos. Thank you very much for watching. Next video, I don't know what I'll do. I keep intending to do a video game video, but there aren't really many games that I want of which I want to do a video. I need to practice. I keep intending to do Miracle Warriors, but I still haven't completed that yet. So I don't really know what I'm doing in it, but that would be the first one I do because it's the last one. Well, not the last one, but the last Master System RPG I need to do, apart from Dragon Crystal, which I haven't done either. But I don't really count that one because that one on the box, the Master System box, it doesn't, the box of the game, it doesn't say adventure role playing. Although admittedly, neither does Lord of the Sword. No, not Lord of the Sword. Neither does Wonder Boy 3, and I consider that an RPG sort of. Anyway, although it's more sort of like an action adventure game. Anyway, um, yeah, so I'll probably do another game book next. Which one have I not done? Let me just see what was on paragraph 400. Yeah, interesting because paragraph 400 is not the end of the. It isn't the end. That's interesting. Anyway, what's next? I've done Robot Commando. Oh, Masks of Mayhem. I haven't done that one. I've done Sword of the Samurai. I've done Child of Champions already. Did that ages ago. And I skipped to that one, didn't I? I've done Robot Commando now. Look at that look. Has someone actually penciled that in? Is that meant to be there? I don't know. I mean, obviously that's that one because this is that book. Anyway, so Masks of Mayhem next. I've done Creature of Havoc, which is Steve Jackson's last one. I mean, the proper Steve Jackson, not. I think this Steve Jackson is the other Steve Jackson, which is confusing. The proper Steve Jackson is the one like Ian Livingstone. That's his last one, Creature of Havoc, which I've done. Yeah. So then Masks of Mayhem, then Beneath Nightmare Castle. Haven't done that. Haven't done Crypt of the Source. Haven't done Star Strider. Haven't done Phantoms of Fear or Midnight Rogue or Chasms of Malice or yeah, lots to do. Plenty more books in the series. So yeah, Masks of Mayhem next. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this and goodbye.